Y'all, can we please get into this Meghan Markle, Prince Harry interview that Oprah did last night? For those of you who didn't watch, it was Sunday evening at 8 o'clock. And man, it was explosive. There were definitely things revealed I had an idea about, and I'm sure other people had ideas about. But as a person of color, I have to say this. I knew without a shadow of a doubt, one of the things that came up was Meghan Markle being biracial, and that a lot of the stuff that she was experiencing was racially motivated. And I know that there are some of you out there who will disagree. But the reason why I chose to make this a topic, besides the fact that it is a hot topic, and there were many bombshells that came out of that interview that Oprah did last night with Harry and Meghan, was, they say that art sometimes imitates life, or life sometimes imitates art. Well, people, I had a friend in college, God bless her, Wanda. She used to tell me all the time that I was psychic. Of course, I'd laugh it off. Like, girl, I ain't psychic. If I was psychic, I'd be able to, figure out what the lotto numbers were. I would have been a millionaire by now. But I will say this idea from my very first novel, Shades Between Reality and the Dream, this came to me years ago before I even had a clue that a Prince Harry would meet a Meghan Markle. My stuff was copywritten back in the early 2000s, y'all. So this is record. This was long before the Harry and Meghan Markle thing. But I guess I get some kind of vindication from writing the book that I did and why it was so important that it be my very first novel, because there were many, 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 many themes in Shades Between Reality and the Dream. And of course, I had no idea. There was no way. Me coming from the Bronx, coming from the projects in the Bronx, no less, there was no way for me to know what was going on a whole ocean away, and definitely in a class of people that I was not born into. But here's the beauty of being an artist. Here's the beauty of God giving you a gift, is that you can use your imagination. You can use your imagination based on truth and based on things that may have happened that give you a rough idea as to, that just give you a rough idea of using your imagination and where your imagination can take you. And let me tell you, when Meghan Markle said that there was even a discussion about what color Archie was going to be, that was very real. As well as the fact that he wasn't going to be given a title, even though there were other grandchildren, not even just William's kids, but great-grandchildren who would be given titles. Anyway, it just reminded me of, there's a scene in my book where Brent Kirkland, who is considered a quote-unquote prince, an American prince, let's say, and he falls in love with a girl who's very much like Meghan Markle. She looks biracial. And there is a point when he gets engaged to her and his mother tells him that there was, or just insinuates the possibility that any children that he makes with this woman, they're not going to be considered part of this long bloodline of, blue bloods and old money. And that's very hurtful to him. And I remember saying to somebody, just recently actually, just talking about this Meghan Markle, Prince Harry interview. I said, I may not know them personally, but I had a feeling, I had a strong feeling I had a feeling that him leaving from being a senior member of the royal family was way deeper than what was even being said. That it had to go deeper for him than just, they didn't like Meghan or whatever the case may have been. I had a feeling it was deeper than that. And lo and behold, it was. So, my point in all of this and the whole vindication thing is my sister, who I love dearly, had said to me, I don't believe that someone with that kind of privilege would give up everything for someone that they love, that it's just not realistic that someone with that kind of privilege would give up everything. Well, technically, he's still privileged. I mean, he's still a prince. There's no denying his bloodline. There's no denying his connection to the royal family. And there's no denying that I'm sure some privileges that still come with that, even if the royal family has cut him off, as was stated during the interview. But there's a lot of vindication, people, for my book. Because at the time that it happened, when he initially left and stepped down from the royal family, I remember calling my sister and telling her, I told you, I told you that someone would be willing to give up all of that privilege if he really believed in what he was doing, if he really believed that it was the best thing for him overall as well as for his family. And it just came to light. It just happened to come to light. So people, if you haven't already, because I just, at this point, wouldn't be surprised if more fiction, if fiction proved to come to life. The bottom line is, people, get my book, Shades Between Reality and the Dream. There are so many topics in this book that relate to what is going on right here, right now, today. And it's a great conversation starter. I promise you it is. And I promise you that you'll see some similarities to a lot of current events that's going on right now. So again, yes, I'm plugging my book again, only because, especially after last night's interview, it is so relevant. Oh my gosh, it's so relevant. People, Shades Between Reality and the Dream by yours truly, Kendra Saldana. I promise you, it relates a lot to what's going on right now, and I'd be surprised if it wasn't a conversation starter for you too. But anywho, please feel free to, give your comments. If you've read the book, I'm interested in seeing if you saw any similarities as well. And of course, you're always welcome to give your questions as well as your comments. So I'd be very willing to answer any questions or any comments that you might have, especially if you've already read the book. But all right, y'all, till next time.